Just a song before I go, a lesson to be learned. Traveling twice the speed of sound, it's easy to get burned. Good morning. This is the last Sunday in April, April 30, 2023. This is last Sunday. I'm sitting in the railway station, got a ticket for my destination. On a tour of one night stands, my suitcase and guitar in hand, and every stop is neatly planned for a poet and a one-man band. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home where my thoughts escaping, home where my music's playing, home where my love lies waiting silently for me. Every day is an endless stream of cigarettes and magazines. And each town looks the same to me, the movies and the factories, and every stranger's face I see reminds me that I long to be homeward bound. I wish I was homeward bound. Home where my thoughts escaping, home where my music's playing, home where my love lies waiting silently for me. Tonight I'll play the songs again, I'll play the game and pretend. And all the words come back to me in shades of mediocrity and emptiness in harmony. I need someone to comfort me. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home where my thoughts escaping, home where my music's playing, home where my love lies waiting silently for me. Silently for me. Silently for me. So, little commentary, kind of interesting maybe, but probably not, but anyway, here we go. I did a study and I've realized that most people listen to this show for 1 minute and 17 seconds. So I came to the conclusion that I should just do 1 minute and 17 seconds, and then my number one fan, Susan Taylor, said to me, "No, we need a show. When you do just one song, it seems like you don't really want to do it." Well, I do really want to do it. So here's a thought. 3 things that are a waste of human activity. 3 things. I got it down to 3. Number 1, making your bed. Number 2, walking the dog. Number 3, defending pickleball. I was out last night and got talking with some folks. And the idea of pickleball came up, and I'm pretty much not excited about pickleball because I'm a tennis player. Well, tennis players are playing pickleball. So then the question came around to so when you can no longer play pickleball, what do you play? And the answer was checkers. So interesting downward spiral there. But at any rate, I haven't played tennis since before COVID, but interesting thing. Now, let's talk about the unintended positive consequences of these 3 wasted activities. So I'm going to get back in your good graces. So making your bed, what's the unintended positive consequence of that? Well, you pretty much get used to making the bed if you do it every morning, and then consequently you're not concentrating on making the bed. You're participating in a ritual that prepares you for the day. Interesting thing. And then, of course, you get the kicker at the end of the day when you crawl back into a bed that's neatly made. So, now, walking the dog. I just think it's silly. Would you want to be tethered? I don't think so. So, I got a backyard with a fence. Dogs run out there, they have a great time, they bark at everybody, it's awesome. We've got dogs, they bark, so, get used to that. But here's the other thing is that I don't have to address the quandary of picking up dog poop. Because guess what? According in your own yard, that dog poop kind of takes care of itself. Now, we're probably cleaning up if we're having guests over for a pool party, but pretty much that dog poop takes care of itself. Now, I know all the other reasons why when you're walking your dog, you need to pick it up. Because if you walk your dog over to my yard and have your dog poop in my yard, my dogs don't like it. So, Now, the unintended positive consequence of playing pickleball, which I'm coming around to, is that it is social. And almost anybody that has any kind of hand-eye coordination at all can participate at some level. So, but it's getting kind of a cult-like status, but maybe that's attractive too. But the other positive consequence, obviously, is you get some fitness out of it. So, 3 things that seem to me to be a waste of human activity. Now, that first song that I played, Simon and Garfunkel, covers the same topic that this song covers, just a little different tilt. But, you've noticed that when musicians get popular and then they start touring, then some of their writings, those that write their own songs, some of their writings seem to be about performing music rather than other stuff that we're used to hearing. So, I'm going out on another weekend affair, and when I get home, I'm hoping that you won't be there. It doesn't matter at all. I love you every time that I call. I just can't take any more. This time out it's Colorado. I realize that Nashville is just a faded memory, and I understand your feelings. Each time I promise the man that I should be. Yeah, I'm playing again this weekend. I make some music and the people call my name, and I understand your feelings. On Thursday evening when you hear the sad refrain, I'm going out on another weekend affair, and when I get home I'm hoping that you won't be there. It's not that I don't love you at all. I love you every time that I call. I just can't take any more. This time out it's Colorado. I realize that Nashville is just a faded memory. This time out it's Colorado. This time out Oklahoma. On Tuesday mornings, I'm going out on another weekend affair, and when I get home I'm hoping that you won't be there. It doesn't at all. I love you every time that I call. I just can't take anymore. This time, Oklahoma. On Tuesday morning, my thoughts only turn to you. And I know that when I hold you, I promise once again the things that I should do. I'm going out on another weekend affair. And when I get home, I'm hoping that you won't be there. It's not that I don't love you at all. I suffer from total recall. I just can't take anymore. Well, it is a live show, folks, and I got kind of lost in the middle of there. You know, kind of like making the bed. When you're not focused on making the bed anymore and thinking about something else, you go a little off the rails sometimes. And that's what happened to me there. So, good thing about writing your own songs, people don't know the lyrics. So, and you stopped listening at 1 minute and 17 seconds, so you never heard that mistake. So here's a deeper subject. Here's government. Trying to be apolitical here. You can make basically two choices. Do you want a totalitarian government or do you want a democracy? And I suggest to you that there's a very subtle difference between the two, and that is, what kind of corruption do you want to dial up? Now, I don't pretend to know anything about China, but I think it's pretty much a totalitarian state. And there's one guy that's president for life, and, you know, it'll be interesting to see how all that evolves. But you have to admire the efficiency of a dictatorship. It's efficient. Now, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So that's the problem. And I won't speak too much more about that because I know there are other folks that have more experience and more intelligence about China. But in the United States of America, we have a democracy. And the corruption we dial up is that our elected officials work their slate to their own benefit. It's undeniable that many political candidates enter office at one level of wealth and leave office at a higher level of wealth. Now, it's come to my attention recently that a congressperson gets a lifetime pension. I hope that's not true, but I guess it is. So it's really interesting. So here's the thing you can trust a politician to do in the United States of America. They will say anything they need to say to get elected. So it does bring power back to the voter, because if you don't vote for a guy because of what he says, then they change what they say. So what kind of corruption do you want? Here's my story, it's sad but true, about a girl that I once knew. She took my heart and she ran around with every guy in town. I said, hey, hey, bum da hey da hey da hey, hey, bum da hey da hey da hey, hey, bum da hey da hey da hey. So with that, God bless you all real good. And God bless Susan Taylor. I'll see you next time.